Hello.
Welcome back to another episode of What's on the Agenda podcast.
Welcome.
What are you navigating, Raven?
Yes. What am I navigating? Yes. I
Yes.
am. You know what? Because in our pre-production, talked about wanting to skip past this in conversation, I'll mention it
Oh,
in passing because it is the event of the
oh,
week. And it's not that I'm navigating it at all, truly. However, I guess minimally I was, but only because I was so compelled, annoyed, all of the things by people's calls for empathy and frustrations at people's lack of empathy for that man's death this past week. And so anyway, I guess if I had to put something in my navigation so as to not ignore the events of the week, because I know people come to us for our perspectives about big things. So I'll offer something to it. Sorry. So anyway, I'm not
y'all
even
know
playing.
us. Y'all know our ethic.
Yeah, y'all know our ethic, right? You already know what's up. Okay, I have something substantive to say. Substantive to say. I've realized I've been saying that wrong for a long time. But anyway, the thing that I can say that could add something to it is that the circumstances surrounding his untimely passing, child, it's murky and it's real suspect and it's real questionable. Again, that's not our side of existence, meaning like Black women and even like Black protesters, Black political commentators. That's not necessarily our side of, you know, query or questioning about, some conspiracies and things that seem like things that make you go, when a political commentator is. But I will say it is worthy of second guessing, which that side of the internet is second guessing it, understandably so. And it's not like some tinfoil hat theories that they're coming up with. He was actively beginning to speak out against some different things and some different groups that would have interest in him not doing that. And so, again, that's not absolving him. Y'all know our politic. I don't even need to say anything that hasn't already been said exhaustively by every other beautiful Black person, Black woman that hasn't already said it, right? So I don't need to go into all of the things that you know about us, about him. But I will say, if, like I said, just to add something to it. Oh, and I guess the reason that applies to us, and I feel like it's even necessary to say, meaning the questions behind his death, is that a white conservative, a white man who's on the side of power has just been murdered. A white political commentator, male political commentator, has just been murdered. And the implications and the ramifications of what that'll be, the implications of it on smaller creators, smaller political commentators, non-whites, on the side of imperialist commentators. I am a little nervous about that, and we should all be more cautious and we should all be more conscientious of how we function on the internet and the things that we're saying, because child, buckle up. It's just getting started. If you want more of my thoughts, sorry, last thing. If you want more of my thoughts, I did just do a video. I'm gonna probably post it tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow morning, something like that, on my page, Raven Renee, if you want more of my in-depth thoughts. But so that's what I'm navigating this week, obviously, because that's just the thing of the week.
Yeah. I'm not navigating that. I will say to that though,
Fair. Yeah.
you are
Fair.
you cannot expect to reap goodness if you don't sow goodness. That's all I'll say.
Yep.
Yeah,
Touche.
that's all.
How about you? What are you navigating then?
Child, I'm tired. um, I'm navigating. I had things. I be having things too, and I just forget it. I invited someone over to do their hair. Um, and my house was not perfect, and I'm navigating being undone. Also, what I'm navigating, child. I listened to Megan's Piano by the Megan Pete this morning. and I felt so much like myself again. I said, "Imma have to listen to this album because I used to listen
Aw.
to Something for the Hotties faithfully in the gym, I'd be like, "Hey Siri, play Something for the Hotties," and I lift my little weights and I keep it moving, and that was when I mean,
Period.
she I didn't realize she put it out in 2020, so I've been listening to this album for, like I was listening to the album for, like, probably 3 or 4 years straight, but I'm like, I realized that I hadn't listened to it in so long because when you're a mom, you have to tailor to what you're listening to and all the stuff,
Ooh,
but
that's true.
yeah,
Yeah.
I was listening to that this morning. Not my little baby was also in the car listening to it on the way to daycare, but I was like, we can't listen to this often with her. But I was like, oh, I gotta get some Megan back in my life. Because when I was listening to her
That's funny.
faithfully, I was the most fit. I was feeling really confident. And I say that because I follow this girl. I think I said this on the podcast. Aricia Grace. Aricia Grace on TikTok, and she, does experiments where she would listen to albums or listen to certain artists, and she said when she listened to Meg, she was like, "I felt confident, I felt sexy, I feel bold, all the things." Opposite of what them girls on the red carpet was saying, like, "I wanna fight every time I listen to music." Whatever, girl.
Oh,
But
yeah, right, exactly.
right. But I'm like, "No, Megan exudes confidence, and I can do this," and her
Yeah,
workout
she
routines are
does.
crazy, so I'm like, I'm about
Yeah,
to get back on Meg. That's what I'm navigating.
yeah.
I gotta get back to me. Stop listening to Miss
Okay.
Rachel.
Ooh,
Start listening to Meg Thee Stallion again.
I had a client tell me that she basically, like, plays her like, has a headphone in when she's in the car, like, so she'll let the kiddos,
Mm.
and then she'll have hers in her headphone. I
I
was
thought
like,
about
"Okay,
that today,
girl," like
actually.
not obviously both, but, like, one of them.
Yeah. Maybe both. But I thought I thought about having my headphones in so she could listen to her little stuff, but
Right. I can't sit here and go, "That's out of my wheelhouse," but I mean, hey, that's what I've heard. I like it. I like it a
I
lot.
got the camera. I got the camera on her. I can see if she okay or
Mhm.
not.
Mhm. And
I don't
honestly,
need to
I'm
hear them
all for the
upstairs.
mamas
You know.
doing their thing that make them feel the most themselves and able to
Yeah.
function and stay in that role of good mom and all of that. So, zoo you boo.
Babs running my pack, gangsta.
Oh, I don't know that one. Even when you said Megan's Pan, I'm like, "Ooh, that don't even sound." I always do the Realer album and even Traumazine. Traumazine was was a vibe for me.
Uh, I didn't really like that one. But you don't know.
Really?
It's I don't even know how to
Yeah.
it's she's literally freestyling over a piano.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, I know what you're talking about. I know what you're talking about.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I
Nevertheless.
didn't yeah,
Mhm.
that's probably my favorite album. Between that and Fever, so yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Money
Oh,
Good is my jam also.
yeah, see, I only listened to those for, like, the singles, but, yeah, I think I didn't get hip to her low key for real until Realer. Like, I had
Mhm.
heard rumblings, but I think my
Yeah.
introduction to her was Realer, and so that whole album, I just like, oof, that's like I'm like, "Yeah." And then I think, like I said, what's the other one?
I'm
Traumazine,
getting
just because
money
I
is what it is.
yes, yes, her go, That and, I feel like Traumazine resonated for me just because I wanted her to get back into that, like, hard rap. I love when girls rap hard. I love like,
Yeah,
fine, do your booty rap, all the things, that's fine, but I love when girls rap, like, I love when girls pop. They like, because I tell you, like, for me, like Realer, I would like, I haven't driven to an interview in years now, but when I remember driving to an interview one time with Realer on, like, "Yep, that's me. I'm that girl. I'm confident. I'm strong. I'm" So, yeah.
yeah, there is something about a girl and a mic and a
Yeah.
hard verse, like,
Uh-huh.
yeah, those that piece of Megan and like, her freestyles and Stally I was listening to Stally freestyle today too, like, when I can picture Meg, like, in a booth like this, literally
Yes, yes. Yeah, it
like
just
this.
make you feel like, "What?" Like, what she said? She said, "Knowing nothing ever since 16, I've been having a job, knowing nothing in life, but I gotta get rich. You can check the throwback pics. I've been like, again, it's not even if it's not applicable to you entirely, it is to say, as
Right.
a Black girl, eh, she basically said, "I've been struggling for forever, and so ever since 16, I have to work and no, I knew nothing, but I gotta become successful because this life ain't it. So I'm gonna go get a degree. I'm
Yeah.
gonna go get whatever I gotta do, but this ain't it. Like, who don't resonate with that? What Black girl you know
Yeah.
don't resonate? So yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah. So I'm back to listening to Meg. That's my
Mm-hmm.
girl.
Mm-hmm. I love that. That's fire. That's fire. Well, on that note, um, here at What's on the Agenda Pod, let me see if I can do it. We tackle all things Black women and things that correlate to Black women, financially, spiritually, economically, socially, all of the leads. And we delve into the nuance of all of those issues and all of those issue areas that impact us. And so, with that in mind, Morgan, is there anything specific on the agenda today?
There's a lot of things on the agenda today.
I think so. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Starting off, dang, what did we talk about? Um, in our pre-production.
We said what we're
uh,
absolutely not going to talk about, and so
what
then
we're
we
not
moved
talking about.
yes. And so then we moved to, and then actually, really quick, guys, and two, I just feel like we need to say this. Like, I mean, it's probably obvious, but I still want to affirm it. That's such a we're walking out our politic in real time even too, right? We're choosing not to talk about it because our politic is self-preservation and self-protection, and we don't have to regurgitate the obvious, especially with regard to hateful things. So that's a politic, and this is what it looks like to actively walk that out. Anyway,
Yeah.
beyond that though, yeah, what we said, Miss, do we want to go there? Proverb says, oh no, what she
Wrote
said.
a clip.
Hate, love and hate. I don't even know how to mock it. What she say, Morgan? What she's
I don't even know how you be finding this stuff. The lady
what
said, "Open rebuke."
open rebuke, cast out. I'm talking about cast out. It's better than private love. That's what she said.
That lady in the back said, "You talking about me?" Oh, she's talking about me. I'ma
And then
exit
how
this.
she graciously walked off and hugged everybody. She's about, see you later. See you later. It's okay. It's okay. Don't worry about it. I'm gonna see y'all later.
Black people so extra and be doing the most, but
The
she need
most.
the she needed to
I
walk
can give
herself
context.
off that
Wait,
agitating. Go ahead, go ahead, go ahead.
let me give
Give the
context.
context.
Let me give context. So, long story short, it's this church in Nowhereville City. And I'm just kidding. I don't know who lives. I don't know who lives there. I don't know who goes to that church. And y'all are all valuable, and we love you here at WOTA. That was a joke. But in seriousness, there was this church, in the backwoods. Okay, you just said no. Just, I'm kidding. There was this church, and it was this black.
That was this church. Once upon a time.
Once upon a time, there was a church deep in the back slave woods of Alabama.
And there was an evil, scary man.
And what's special about this town, it was a sundown town. And messing with a I mean, but the thing is, it may as well be. Like, you may as well. That's immediately where my mind goes when I hear nonsense like that. So it was this church and this woman, and she was the pastor's wife, and they were preparing to lead worship. It was the start of the Sunday service, and they were preparing to lead worship. Let me sit up. They were preparing to lead worship, and the praise and worship team was behind her. And I'm assuming the pastor's wife also was about to lead worship that day, or was about to lead them in worship. And before she before she got started, that she's exhorting. She said he's a will in the middle of the lily. She's exhorting, misquoting scripture, but that's okay because I get it. Sometimes when you're, I think one time when I led worship, I literally said, "My soul shall make a burst." I literally said burst. I said burst. So, instead of boast. So like, so I get it when you're in the thick of it, whatever. The point is, that wouldn't be so bad if the second part wasn't what she said. But anyway, so in the middle of about to exhorting, she says, "Before we get going, hey man, I just want to call out something, to call out a spirit because this is the house of God and we're not going to have that essentially." And she says, because the Bible says perfect a public rebuke a, a public rebuke is better than private love, quoting some scripture in Proverbs that both us MDivers have never ever heard. So that speaks volumes, but we're going to get back to that in a second. So she quoted some scripture to basically condemn this woman who was on the praise and worship team singing behind her. And she said, I don't remember the girl name, Jackie, this morning over the
It's,
mic in front of the audience.
dang, because her name was spelled all kind of different ways. Mahogany.
Mahogany. She said, "This morning, Mahogany, when I went in to hug you, you hugged me kind of funny and didn't really hug me that good. You could tell that there was something behind that hug. And so I just want to cast it out because perfect, because a public rebuke is better than perfect private love." And
And
she
I ain't with
literally
that
just,
secret stuff.
and yes,
I mean, that fake stuff. I ain't with that fake stuff.
I ain't with that. She did say,
Are we on the street or is this church?
and I ain't with that. Ma'am, even if I conceded a little bit, I ain't with that fake stuff. And but then she tried to shroud it in and we can't have that because this is the house of God. No. But we can have this. So, like she spewed out all this messiness and then talking about because this the house of God and we gotta be pure. Oh no, last thing. And then she said, what'd she say? And cause God has called me to clean up his house. So that's what I'm doing. Get out. Get out. God has called me to clean up his house. Okay, Moses. Girl, who that? Girl. So anyway, and I actually have some legitimate thoughts, but the jokes first. Go ahead, Morgan. What say you?
The Bible say in Matthew 18,
Come on. Come
if the
on.
daggone Bible apple pull up, if your brother sins against you, go and
Mm-hmm.
tell him his fault between thee and him alone.
Uh-huh.
If he shall hear you, thou hast gained a brother. And if he is not, then you take the pastors, the deacons, whomever, and if he don't hear you again, you dust your feet. I think there's another step before that. But
Yeah.
the point was you first
Dismiss him out
private.
of the congregation. Yes. But yeah. And she read it from the new King James Version, so you know it's real.
What are
You
your
know it's
legitimate
legitimate.
thoughts on
If we don't have a thou, is it thou real? Is thou real?
right?
Like, be clear. But
Between me
no.
and thee.
Huh? Yeah, no, girl. And so glad you offered offered more context for what we're actually called to. But even because in pre-production we looked up the scripture and we really did a little bit of a small little comprehensive dive into it. Girl, first of all, the scripture open in that scripture ain't even about open meaning in front of people. Open just means transparently, honestly, the alternative to in private and in secret. So, girl, what are you talking about?
The
Girl,
opposite
she
of doing
wanted to
it in
get that
front of
one off.
people's in church.
What'd you say?
I said the opposite of doing it in front of people in church.
She wanted to get that one off. She felt the way. And apparently, again, now I
Yeah.
can't, all of the stuff afterward is conjecture and speculation. But my cousin told me that her friend told her that. No, I'm just saying, no, but my cousin told me on TikTok, the full story has been coming out and something
Oh my
happened, something, basically some stuff happened. So she wanted to get that one off, essentially. That's been the story. I can't remember the specifics. So, but she felt the way. She had an alt with her sister. So anyway, but girl, and then not only that, the power, like, girl, you're the first lady. You like,
That's abuse of power.
it's so abusive, girl. Go ahead.
Yeah, Imma have to look at the full story times because
Yeah.
I love some mess. I ain't gonna lie to you, I love some mess. But, child, that brings us to how do you reconcile issues with go to your brother in private, please, and sister in private.
Yes. 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 Yes.
No,
Because
not
there
the
are no
mush.
other options. I think the thing that I know we talked about this too is what pains me, because I always have empathy for Black women even when they frustrate me. What pains
Mhm.
me is that, again, you fumbling and bumbling over basic exhortation scriptures that we say off rip, like it's literally like we've used them clichely now. Not that scripture can ever be cliche, but you fumbling and mumbling
Right.
and bumbling on those scriptures and passages. But this obscure proverb in the middle of nowhere land in the Bible, you're able to spout off in the immediate to condemn and publicly rebuke this girl, and shame and embarrass her, and
Mhm.
like expressing abuse of power. What that says to me, I could be wrong, but that makes me second give a second thought to the idea that perhaps you've been in abusive environments a lot and you've learned your gospel, which largely this is the case. We don't got to speculate about that. You've learned your gospel
Mhm.
through shame and public humiliation. Did you have to go in front of the church and apologize for
Mhm.
your out of wedlock pregnancy, First Lady? Did you have to do that?
Ooh,
I love you down, TT,
don't go
but
there.
that ain't it, TT. That ain't it.
Ooh, well, well,
Right, that's really it.
you
It was
had
just
to
a little
go.
fun. It was just a
You
little
had to
fun fodder I found on the internet. Oh, I didn't find it technically, it went viral. It went viral. I wasn't just searching for problematic church takes, let me be clear. It went viral because I don't be on the church side of the internet. I really don't. Not like that anyway. That's all I had with
Oh,
that though.
Lord. What else is on the agenda?
What
Um,
else? What else?
the 25-year anniversary of Hurricane Katrina is here or has
Yes.
passed, and I've watched
Right.
probably 2 documentaries.
Me too.
Um, I tortured myself watching them, but
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah, same.
I feel like I was in elementary school. Um,
Had to be.
and yeah, and my mama was like, when I was telling her about it, she was like, when I was first watching the footage, I was like, I don't understand these folks don't want to leave their house, and now I'm like, I understand because y'all gonna have to pull me out of my house.
Mhm.
I say, all right. So now we know we
Yep.
gotta kidnap you if the apocalypse happens. Like what? But I mean, genuinely a tragedy, obviously, but I think in perspective of like um being older and just seeing how that one incident changed the trajectory of a country, of its people,
Mhm.
even like
Mhm.
the them trying to clean up the city or like Brad Pitt coming down trying to build houses and it's like, did you research what materials to use in New Orleans? Like, um, it just it, I don't know. It's just not. I mean, it's really not much to talk about. It's just watch the documentaries
Yeah.
and it's just
Reflection.
realize
Yeah.
how horrible the the
Yeah.
systems are. And then also realizing that if that happened to us when we were younger, we would have been those situations. Because who has the money? And not a lot of people they didn't have the money to
Yep.
leave. It wasn't necessarily just about like I don't wanna leave. It's also like when you are poor and you don't have options, you just kinda like, "I'm gonna put my faith in God."
Yep.
And that's it.
Yep. Yep. You mentioned last time when you presented it, you said it very briefly about how he was like, I've seen the general who was
Mhm,
over, you know, like in
mhm,
command to figure it all out and be the head of the director of figuring it all out. He mentioned, I know what it looks like to be poor and waiting. Those people were just waiting and they were poor, because that's what they're most accustomed to, is just having to wait. because when you have no resources and you know the government and all the entities that are designed and built to help you won't come through because they largely have not ever come through. You just are always in this perpetual state of waiting. And yeah, that just always stuck with me. Like, eh, if you need any more like evidence, and this is why, again, I just did the video about the boy. Um, and it forced me to have to watch some things and go through some stuff that he said in the past. And it just like, not that we need any evidence of the fact that DEI was necessary, that affirmative action was necessary, that systemic government um like efforts to rectify the harms that they've done in the Black community. Not that we need any more evidence to prove that all of those things were necessary and are necessary, but even still, when you just look at things like Katrina, people always want to go far back, like slavery and even civil rights era. You don't even have to go far.
Yeah.
Katrina was a shining beacon of an example of how much your government don't give a hell about you, Black person. A hell.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, they'll orchestrate things to destroy you. They care so little that they'll literally create and orchestrate things to destroy you, and that's just evidenced by if you it was done in they made people leave their houses that houses actually weren't even condemned or torn down or essentially impacted horribly by the storm. And you could say power downs, outs, all that other stuff. So then those people, you probably saw he said he was walking in the water and stepped on a stop sign and the stop sign went through his foot, like
Mhm.
whatever. Then they got to the dome. Dome was ill-equipped, not not capable to handle that mass of people that they were bringing there. No resources, all of the things. Okay, but y'all still survived that. Okay, what was the third tier? Oh, they made them what was the other one? What was the other one? Oh, they started bringing out National Guard rather than bringing in help. They brought in troops
Yep.
and more police and basically now y'all stealing, y'all blah blah blah, all these other things. Okay, but that's not enough. People they literally let people in the communities outside of there, shoot them, basically man them, treat them like refugees, like criminals, when they were literally people that had just been displaced. Okay, but that was step 3. Still didn't kill them all. Step 4, they told them to go all the way to the
Make
dome
them
and walk
wait.
to the dome. Oh, right, right. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Made them wait, literally made them wait and basically implode on each other inside the dome. No lights, toilets running over with poop, no all of the things. Okay, that didn't kill y'all. And then the 5th and final one, it was just so blatant and apparent. Okay, yeah, walk to the Civic Center, whatever, the center that was a mile down. And then on both sides of the bridge, because they was like, no, y'all not coming in here. They had police and National Guard on that one side and then police and National Guard on the other. Literally trapped them in this hot bridge in the middle of the summer's day in New Orleans and had guns pointed at them. As if to say, y'all niggas ain't gonna listen, this it. I'm just about to step 5, let's murder them all. Like, and
Mm,
obviously I'm speaking hyperbolically, but also kind of not. That's literally what happened. They hate us. Okay.
literally, and it's like they couldn't
Yeah, it was.
yeah. They couldn't flat out just say, "Imma shoot up everybody, so we gonna starve
Yeah.
y'all, not give you water." Like, and I'm sitting here crying because the little babies, and I'm like, "My little baby," like, I'm looking at Desmond like, "What if that's my little baby?" Like, 3 weeks
Girl.
old, 3 months old, and I'm just like, "Y'all have no, like, heart towards us, like, at all."
Yep.
Like,
Yep.
these people are out there
Yep.
starving and dehydrated and dying because they had you can survive 3 days without water. That's it.
Mhm.
Our
Yep.
bodies are 90 something percent water or 70 something percent water. That's it. You cannot survive without
Yep.
water. And
Yep.
they was
Yep.
and then
Imagine white
shipping
people
them
being out there.
to
Yeah.
Goddamn. The part of the documentary where he said, "I ain't wanna believe that if I put my white neighbor on the roof that they was gonna stop." He said, "I put my white neighbor on the roof and they started coming to our apartment building."
You can't do
The
nothing
man
but
said,
I'm
"I
not
knew
laughing at the cut. Go ahead. Go ahead.
The man said he knew all the military codes. We
Yep.
need money. I'm like, we need food. We need the what
And
them
here they
packs
go.
of food
Zoom.
called?
Zoom.
Shoot,
Zoom.
don't see him.
Zoom. Zoom. You bring one white person up there.
They need help. They can't survive.
You bring all you have to do is bring one white. He said they was there in 15 minutes.
15 minutes.
And the thing is, and again, obviously I'm not laughing callously. I'm laughing because what is the alternative, honestly? Like, and people will have the audacity to look you in your face and okay, but that was a long time. Or like just like even right now with everything that's happening this week, like white people will be like, it don't matter. It's just the gaslighting is like even white people couldn't imagine a world where they would have let white people stay outside in the summer's heat of New Orleans for 6 days in their own feces and poop. I mean, and pee in
And
body
period and
odor
all the stuff.
excretions. Huh? I'm sure there were some people that gave birth. I'm sure all kind of
Eh,
stuff. 30,000 people.
mm.
And do you remember the part where he was like, when they were like, they said, and what about at the convention center? At the convention center down the road, there's still thousands of people there without food and water. He was like, no, it's not. Remember that? Because they just it was a whole other faction of people down that they just didn't know about. Like as they were actively trying to coordinate the plans to orchestrate how they would fix it and get in and swoop in, it took the federal government that sends troops bajillions of miles away and resources bajillions of miles
At
away.
a drop
It
of a
took them
dime.
6
Yeah.
took them 6 days to get, and then I ain't even gonna lie to you, the Netflix one, I watched the one on Netflix. I heard what they said about a lot of the resources essentially were in Iraq because, at that time we were in the height of the war. But nonsense, because fine, maybe we don't have the military equipment to go and intervene. But guess what
No,
we
we
do
need
have?
military equipment to feed.
Huh? And to move people. You just charter thousands of buses. We got 50 states and allies.
Right.
Get 70,000 buses or whatever. I'm being crazy, but like what nonsense. That's why Hulu's was better to me. The Netflix one was nah. The Netflix,
Yeah.
nah. I
That
don't
was
know who
Spike
made
Lee
that
one.
one. hmm
That was Spike Lee.
Oh well, God bless. That would I just didn't like the no. Mm-mm.
He gave an artistic and where are we going and where are we here now, what happened
Yeah, that's a
afterwards
good point. That's a good
view.
point.
The Hulu one, I think, was the more in-depth one. I think that
You're
one
right.
was,
The black one,
what's the dude what's
Kugler,
the
Kugler,
dude that did this?
Kugler.
Googling.
hmm
And then, like,
hmm
it was just the foolishness of, like, when they were literally shipping bodies to different states, and then you having, the one of the pilots like, "I can't leave without a, what is it, flight
Yeah, yeah,
list," or
like a
whatever it is.
clearance. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and he's like, he's like, "Are you dumb? Like, fly the plane." Like, the fact that these people are already they don't know where they're going, and then you like, "I can't leave without knowing who's a manifest. I don't know who's on my plane."
Yeah, 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 yeah.
They ain't got proof to tell you.
Oh shoot, let me go
Like,
back. Let me go back to
we
my
are in a
house. Let me
literal
swim back to my house and get my wallet. What are you talking about? Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. No,
I
that
did
one.
appreciate
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I appreciate the knowing why also systematic racism of, like, why New Orleans is New Orleans is no longer, safe from hurricanes, and it was the, uh, something environmental that killed all the plants, and killed the bayous, and basically killed the natural protection of, like, how you,
hmm
uh, pour it off
Keep
of,
order
so,
in the
like,
environment.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. So I
but
appreciate
I
that.
didn't.
Um,
Wait, I didn't. Wait. What? I didn't hear anything about that. What
yeah,
happened? I mean, like, what did they say killed
I
it?
think it's oh, some, like, industries, like, I don't know if it was oil, but it was something like they was building something on the water, and
Yeah.
it killed off all the, um,
Wow.
plants that were supposed to, like, create the
The
natural
cooler
barrier
type of
of the
water.
water.
Yeah, yeah. Right. Cause our hair but it's, like, hot and cold, and, like, I'd imagine there are certain plants and stuff, again, not a marine biologist whatsoever, but I could imagine it keeping the water at a certain temperature so as to not create that sort of a friction that creates it wasn't that?
No, it's not a I mean, the hurricane might be a temperature thing, but the
Yeah.
barrier was literally,
Oh.
like, the plants because they're trees, that's what it is, because there are trees, the
Oh,
trees,
okay.
if water hits up against the trees, it'll get broken up through the trees, and if the
Gotcha.
trees are not there, it just comes straight in. So there was a part in the documentary where they were trying to plant more trees in the bayous so that the natural barrier would come back.
Yeah. Wow. Oh, you know
Yeah.
what? Was that on the Netflix one?
No, that was on the Hulu one.
Okay, dang, I might have to go back and watch it now because I just feel like I don't remember that part at all. But so basically, you're saying corporations and industry literally destroyed the ecosystem of a city and made it more susceptible to hurricanes and danger.
Yeah. They moved in,
That's
killed the plants, and killed the trees, and now the barrier
that's
started to,
right.
like, go away.
Wow, I hate that. I really hate.
And
And
they
to
did.
add in, so go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead, go ahead, go
Well, I was just gonna say, I mean, basically had the wall, the levee, and how
Yeah,
even if you go back and forth about when it busted and all of that, all of the reports were pointing to the fact that that levee wasn't sufficient, and it was just a
yeah,
temporary fix that was built in the '70s, and even in the '70s, I believe it was the '70s, they were saying, "Oh God, yeah, this ain't gonna hit. This ain't it. This ain't it. We really need to do something about it," and they actively just kept ignoring it, like things that make you go,
yeah.
just
Mhm.
yeah, yeah,
Hmm.
mhm,
And and
mhm,
and what I think it was the Netflix one that was talking about how one of them European countries, the whole country is under sea level,
yeah.
and they have a fine barrier
Yeah.
mitigate the problem.
Mhm. Yep. It's a
It's
red
one
state though.
city, but it's
Red
not
state
worth it. Yeah, it's not worth it.
red states
And
don't
then
believe
these
in
folks
government
arguing.
intervention. Mhm. Go ahead.
They literally the government, federal, and state level all don't like each other. So trying to make each other look bad. I'm just like,
Mhm.
"Come on, Honore.
Mhm.
Come on, General. Come on."
Come on,
Like,
right.
what
No,
it
seriously.
like,
With his fine self. Yeah, yeah.
okay? A man in uniform.
Huh? What you said? What you said? What you said? Yeah, that
Going
man was
dang
beautiful.
with his little thin mustache.
Mhm. 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 He
Oh,
said, "I don't give a hell what you
misogynoir.
I'm going out there in the streets." Jennifer,
The people are in
Jennifer.
people are in New Orleans.
That girl said, "Attention, Eddie Soldier." Girl, what are you talking about?
People
No, but
are going
yeah, no, no,
down.
no, yeah, but yeah, that one, yeah, I feel so bad, but I'm glad. Okay, on another note, I'm glad that the girlies are getting their just due in an age and in an era that people are more attentive and paying attention. Even the more common layperson is paying attention to just like government things and politics, should I say, and sociopolitics and
Yeah.
the impacts that it's had on like poor and marginalized communities. I'm glad that they're getting their just due right now, even if it's just awareness and causing us to be more questionable um, about what our government be saying. Not that black people have been kind of knew all it is, maybe not the intricacies of it, but we knew from day one. We knew that meant that our president flew over it and was like, "Oh my God, girl."
Yeah.
A mess.
He rode past like it was a hot air balloon. Like, "What? This is not the time. You need to be telling people what to do."
It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. And then didn't even yeah, honestly. So yeah, my takeaway from the Katrina, first of all, shout out to all the survivors and even like a moment of peace and eternal peace, should I say, to all the people who lost their lives and people who were floating in the water. Like some of that was just natural disaster and I hate that. Oh wait, no, and we also got to give some space for the fact that like and then after that, industry came in, and now New Orleans is this like even the Lower Ninth Ward, because I've been a couple times. The Lower Ninth Ward is all these Airbnb. Girl, God, Javania, I make you so mad. All of the few little things that we got, the few little things we get as after all of the Jim Crow slavery, we get a cute couple of little things, cute little couple things. No, no, sorry, we want that too. Just anyway,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's okay.
I will say, like there's no silver lining in this, but it does show you that, these people literally were, moved across the country, and it's like, "I'm not going back because I have a better life here." But it's like, you the politics and the people who you may or may not vote for are like, "I could care less about your life," and it's like, "I'm
Yep,
gonna find life elsewhere," and that's what they
yep,
did, and then that's
yep,
half and then also thinking about, can you afford to go back? Can you afford to rebuild your home? Probably
yep,
not.
yep,
Did you even own a home?
yep.
Is there somewhere for you to go back to?
I'm glad you just mentioned what you just said though, because I just thought about, right, like, they infantilize Black people so much, and what I mean by that is, like, don't get me wrong, I can pause and be like, I know that that was a logistical nightmare, and so everybody was in chaos and just trying to get things together, I get that. So I'm not even necessarily condemning specific people. I mean, sorta, but maybe like people on the ground and stuff. I'm more so condemning just how this system isn't designed to even see Black people in a capacity of compassion or empathy
Right.
or yeah, anything. And but so all that to say, when I think about the ways that of what you just said of how we're just gonna send you somewhere. As a Black poor person, you don't have no say.
Right.
As a Black poor person who lost everything, even if maybe in the immediate aftermath, fine, like, okay, just send me somewhere so I can get over. But like even afterwards, nah, baby, that's it. That like the levels, and I don't know that to be true, except I know that to be true. I can only imagine how everybody, even other Black people in positions of power, let's be clear, the social workers and all of those people who were designed or set in place to help these people to basically be the liaisons for these people in their lives and all of that. I know how this country has designed us and especially how white people look at us. Infantilized nothing. So whatever I
Mhm.
say about you, your life, your livelihood, your well-being is going to go. You lucky that you just got this restart. Go do something else with your life. Like
Right.
you aren't
Right.
given the dignity of choice and already. And so then after this happened, I could only imagine the psychological torment that that was to have all these people in power and you already feel smaller because maybe you don't have all the education or whatever, but now you lost everything. Woo! And they
Mhm.
just talking at you, making choices for you, putting you in like no decency, no dignity whatsoever. You're a thing and you're lucky that we came and got you. Like I
Right.
know that's the ethic of a lot of how that went down. Bruh. Oh, just this place
Yeah.
makes me so angry.
And then
Yeah.
you got there was moments where they were, thanking them for, "Thank you for your help." That's their job.
Yes.
But like you said, you're poor, you waiting on the government, you don't feel right in your body, you stink, you dirty, you ain't took showers, you got flood water on you, and it's like you
Mm,
at your lowest, no dignity, and it's like, I don't even want you to see me like this. And
yeah.
then get on a plane, don't know where some of your family are. It sounds really familiar. You're not gonna get
Yeah.
connected to your family. The cell phones are down, I don't know how to find my
Everything.
family, and them trying to figure out, calling people. One person was I forget which one it was, but he was like, "I was driving back and forth between different cities trying to collect all my family," and then what if your family got shipped off to Houston?
Yep. And you wouldn't have a clue. You wouldn't have a clue. And what if you've never been on a plane before too? Like think about all that. And again, that's more really, really intricate. But now that we in it, what if you like just all the fear? Like it's yeah, that was a
Forget not being
real
but what
tough time. Hmm.
you ain't never been on a plane, but then you get on a military plane that don't got seats.
Right. They don't got seats. You probably
Literally looking like
petrified.
a slave ship.
Hmm. Yep. Literally. Right. There was all girl, right. When you said you yeah, I like at every turn, Black people have just been stripped of so much dignity. For what for every turn. At the start, at the very impetus of our journey here, we like it was like they stripped the dignity and was like and kiss it goodbye. Truly, truly. Like
Mhm.
you'll never see that again. Based on them anyway. Like, yeah. Yeah, it makes me sad. Shout out to all the Katrina survivors and the folks who push through regardless and still holding dear to the culture too and like doing all the things and shout out to y'all for real.
Yeah. So that's on my agenda. I'm yeah.
Yeah.
And then I happened
Yeah.
to watch a SVU, episode that happened to be about Katrina, and I was just like, "Okay,
Really?
Jesus." I hear you. Literally, I was just 'cause I'm always like, if I need to go to sleep, I'll watch SVU. This episode came on, and it was a man who kidnapped 3 girls, and he was molesting them and all the stuff, and I was just like, and they just happened to all be from Katrina, and he, like, escaped Katrina. Oh, and hold on, and then wait a second. Oh, no, 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 no. No, that was it, and then there was another he had hitched, a ride with somebody who worked in a lab in Katrina, and they was doing some weird stuff. Um it was some stuff, but I say that to say it drew light to, like, there was so much touched in Katrina,
Yep.
um, that we don't know about, and it was more than just,
Absolutely.
people not getting to places, like, there were businesses down
Mhm.
there, like, this was
Mhm.
like, I don't know what laboratories were down there, but that was talked about in
Right.
SVU. They
Wow.
say it ain't based on true stories, but,
Right.
um,
Right.
yeah.
No, yeah, that's real. That's real. Um, Pivoting a bit, but perhaps this can be our last thing because it's lightheart, but I think I'll still offer it. The thing that I sent you on Instagram I think it was like the first thing that I mentioned. Imma just
Yeah,
say this for my
yeah.
girls because whatever, just to get us to an hour. Um, I saw a video, and, I only mention things and we only mention things that are relative to Black women, whether that be, like, marginally or directly, and I think this directly impacts us. I saw a video of this couple, it was really the guy, and no shade to this, because if you hear me saying and maybe it sounds familiar to you, no shade to them, no shade to you if you like them, whatever, it's just thought. I saw this couple, and the video was a image of a guy, and it was a young guy in a couple with this girl, and he was basically asking his girl how much does she believe that the bills are because she's a stay-at-home mom. He takes care of her and the baby. Just beautiful. I think that's beautiful. Black women deserve luxury and ease, all of the things. I think it's beautiful. And also, he was like, "Baby, how much you think the bills are? How much do you think monthly? Generally, how much?" And she said some cute little small number. And he started laughing. And he was just like, "Oh, ha, 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 no, a little bit more." And then she just kind of basically went up a little bit more until she got to the right number. And I think the number ended up being like 2,900 or something. Um, and then she was like, "What? Really?" And then he was like, "Oh, I love that. That's why I work hard, so you don't even have to think." Oh, okay. And all that to say, yeah, she was like, he was like, "I work this hard so that you don't have to think about bills." And me being the problematic hater that I am, because I already know that that's probably what people will think with the fact that I'm critiquing this. So Imma just say it for you. I'm a problematic hater. Let's go with that. I just always caution against that. Not that it's a bad thing for a Black woman to be taken care of. I just saw it and I sent it to my co-host here because in my brain, I was like, "Am I being a problematic hater?" But this just makes me nervous. I've seen this story too many times. Not that they can't live happy, thriving lives, but I'm not saying she shouldn't be taken care of. All I'm just saying is sisters and forget it about her. Just take the principle. Principally, always know what's happening with the money, baby. Always know what it requires to run your home with your home that your children live in and that you live in, but especially your children. You need to know how much things cost, what's required, where the money is going, all of that. Because the less you know, the less autonomy you have. And not that you need freedom so that you can run away from bad things, because I'm not just assuming badness. What I'm saying is freedom. Like it's autonomy and it's equality and it's partnership. And that's the only way to do a relationship is equality and partnership. I'm sorry. I don't make no qualms about saying that. So yeah. Just wanted to throw
Yeah,
that in there. I don't know if you had any thoughts.
I don't yeah. I would have to say this might sound also problematic. I'd rather know more than the man.
Huh? Huh?
Because historically, the reason why w- women have those rainy day funds. It's because we didn't have that autonomy, and you pinched off, put a little something aside because men can always start over and be fine. Like, um, that they don't go to job interviews and thinking about what if I have a baby or what if this person gets pregnant, like, they get paid more, like, we know these things, so men are gonna be fine if they have to if anything, they'll have to if they have to scratch and survive and sleep on somebody's couch or,
Yeah.
be with a woman for a season for her, tax refund, she he gonna be fine, right? So I would rather know more about the money
Yeah.
than my man though, and I probably do know more, um, and I'm okay with that, and I am okay with
Yeah.
that. Um,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
I
not
think
finna
we
be
can get
in the dark about no money.
absolutely. Absolutely. I think we get caught in that in the social stuff about money and about, oh, the man's supposed to do and the man's supposed to do. And again, I'm a proponent. I love when a man bring the money. I love it. I don't think there's any way else to do it. I'm just playing. No, but I love that. All I'm just saying is
Yeah.
back.
Hmm.
So yeah, all that to be said, all that to say, I just think, and I'm glad you mentioned the social parts about it too. It's not that we're saying this out of just like, oh, men are just bad. There are actual societal things set in place to make it structurally harder for a woman to bounce back in the unlikely event of a breaking off, or you guys don't end up being together. So you
Right.
just want to always have something in place to put you in the best position as a woman. And again, that's not a shot to anybody or any relationship. That's a prudent, cogent advice from women who are
Mhm.
happy to see your love, truly. So I hope that applies and you put it where it needs to be, ladies, whomever is in our listening audience.
I seen another video on the same kinda vein. The little girl was like, um, "And if my man gotta work 2, 3 jobs so that we can retire at 65 and I don't have to work," or something like that, "whoop-de-doo." And he was like, "Whoop-de-doo, what?" But she know where the money going, I think, hopefully. The point
Hopefully.
is, make sure you know where the money's going because and I think part of the reason why I'm like, I need to know where the money's going because I have financial goals.
Mm-hmm.
And one of those is for my children not to be poor, child not to be poor. So we only have one child right now. So if I need to know we on track to get into where we need to
Yeah.
get to.
Yeah.
And I probably will never trust a man that much with my with my
I'm sorry.
life. Like I
I
just
was trying not to. I just, I, that's
call it
especially a
sinister, call
young
it
man.
cynical.
He's like
Mm-mm,
24, girl.
mm-mm, mm-mm.
Especially, wait, and not only that, wait. So I think she was 22. She's 22 now. Yeah, and they're married. She had so that mean, and they've been together since she was 16. So that mean you haven't really worked, like you haven't. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Mm.
Like the bulk of jobs that you've probably had have been like, maybe a little fast food, maybe a little Ross, all things that I've done, well, I've never done fast food, but just meaning like hourly jobs essentially. Nothing bad with it whatsoever. What I'm just saying is they aren't sustainable
If you're
for
not building
forever
your
life.
skill, yeah.
You need skill building. You need skill sets to advance yourself. Not even because you can make the case that that's not where my value lies. With you, sis. But in the economic climate that we're in, and also it's not like he worked an hourly job right now too. So it's like you're not building skills, and he's working an hourly job that can easily go away because it's just some little throwaway hourly job. Like it's like, wait, so you're putting your whole livelihood, your whole well-being, you and your child on a 24-year-old hourly worker man? No, man? No, ma'am. No, ma'am. Respectfully, I'm sorry.
For clarity, I
It's
wouldn't trust anybody with my life that much, but like,
that part.
um,
Yeah. But there are those who I
yeah.
trust more. I'm just, there are a few people that shall remain nameless that I would give a little bit more trust to. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Also, we talked about love and stuff in the past in, like, this last episode, so that's yeah. That whole fairy tale-ish, that's out the window. Out the window. We don't not around here. We live in reality over here.
Yeah.
That's
No,
for me in my
seriously.
house. That's for me in my
Right,
house.
right. I mean, technically, that seems like the politic of WOTA, but anybody outside of this, and I really mean that, like, we're being facetious, but we're kind of not. What's good for you is good, you'll understand it better by and by, honey. But we wish you the best in your love. Congrats on your new baby. I
Aw,
really
little
mean that.
baby.
She's a
Little baby.
beautiful. She's a little boo.
Little baby.
Anyway, okay. Anything else on your part?
Um, no, it was a good episode.
It
Y'all
was.
write into us. Write into us. Let's talk.
Please,
Let's see what the
please.
girls are saying. What y'all want to talk about? What y'all want us to talk about? What y'all want to talk about?
Yes.
What's up? So we
What's
can have something to talk
popping?
about in our What's on the Agenda podcast. I mean,
That's
what's on the
true.
agenda? I mean, what's the girl saying segment? Where y'all
Yes.
can email us, DM us, all the
Oh, yes. I
things.
need to check the emails.
Um,
Mm-hmm.
do we have a book? Maybe? Or what are you reading?
Katrina.
We'll do that. What are you reading?
Oh, yeah. Let's do what are you reading? Okay. That's fun. Oh, okay. So I literally just finished. It's such a long title, so I hate it. And it's so embarrassing, but I really did just finish it. I literally read it in like 2 sittings too. It was really good. It's
Oh.
called Yeah, it's so good. Oh, I posted it on my IG the other day. It was I can't think. It's such a long name, but basically, um, the truth of reality, everything that happened prior to and everything that's going to happen in the middle of it. This, I kid you not, that's how the name is. It's hella long. It was so good. Maybe in the edit, I'll put it up because I can't remember the name. It's too long of a name, but I just finished it. It was really, really good. I didn't agree with all of it like, it was because it was written I ain't gonna say, but the premise of it was really good, and principally, I agree with most of it. Most, not all. So that's what I just
What's it
finished
about?
reading, but oh, the origins of the world and, like, basically bolstering my position that I already have. I'm only reading a lot of this because I'm trying to write this book, so it's just kinda like I've been trying to
Mhm,
consume myself with all perspectives, all positions, because I wanna have a strong one where I stand. So anyway, I just like to
mhm,
hear I literally believe already in all the things, but I just be liking to hear other people arguments. But anyway, but this one's just gonna be more for fun. I don't be reading the fictions. I know everybody talk about me. This is fun for me. Candace posted a book today or yesterday. Candace Bimbo. It was
mhm,
basically like anti-fundamentalism, essentially how to, like, it was like, I think it's called Snatched or something. It was basically a book about how to snatch back the Christian narrative from the fundamentalists. And she said she didn't suggest it.
mm,
She just said, I'm about it. She was like, it came out this week and my friend just sent it to me. So I'm about to read it. And so I bought it today. So we're going to see,
mm.
because that do sound good.
We'll see.
So that's what I'm about to.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm a post both of them. I don't have literally either of the names, but I'm going to post them in the thing.
Mhm.
What are
Oh,
you reading?
so I'm reading a book called The Davenports by Crystal Marquis. I didn't realize I was almost halfway done. Shout out to me.
Period.
Um,
It's a
but
story, right?
it's a story. Yeah, it takes
Yeah.
place in um one generation or one yeah. It takes place in Chicago, maybe one generation removed from slavery. These people got money. It's cute. It's a love
Ooh.
story. Um, and then I'm also
Ooh.
reading The Sisters Are Alright by Tamara Winfrey Harris. It's a nonfiction book. And the subtitle is Changing the Broken Narrative of Black Women in America. Um, but I saw a lot of people post about black thrillers, for like spooky season. And when I started this book club, one of my favorite books was a thriller, and it so surprised me because I was like, "What?" But it engaged me so well. And it was like a suspense, and it was written by a Black woman. It was called When No One's Watching. I often think about that book. and I might reread it, but it was a cute romance thriller, but so I'm thinking about adding a thriller to my, um for October. Yeah.
Okay. I love that. Man, I
Yeah.
wanna get into the stories. I really do. I was telling my
It's
client the other day
okay.
how, like, I be wanting to, but then, like, that whole, it was a stormy day on the night. I'd be like, "Okay, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on." Like, I'd be like, "Come on, come on, come on, come on." Look, I just don't but also, to be fair to me, I don't like movies like that, so I don't need a like,
Mm.
what we talking about?
Find fiction, historical fiction, stuff like that,
Yeah,
and
maybe that's what I
also
need.
they can be slow though, because this book is just now getting to, like, the climax, and we're halfway in,
Yes.
so
No, to be fair to me, again, I tried to read one over the summer, right? And I got maybe like 3 chapters in, which is a lot because I don't read these and I'm not playing. I went to
Mhm.
the roof to sit. I was like, okay, let's just see. Come on, come on. And like, you can smell the fried chicken from down the street. Mama was, I don't care. I don't care. They be trying so hard to put you into into the story, which is a good thing because technically, if if you like stuff like that, you will. But I don't be needing to be immersed. I want to know,
Mhm.
like
Get me to
I
the end,
just,
please.
I'm the
I
person
think you
that
should read When
Googles
No
the
One's
ends of movies.
Oh
Mm-hmm.
my gosh.
Go ahead. What you say? What you say?
You should read When No One's Watching. You actually should
Mm,
you should really read When No One's Watching. Um,
okay.
and I'll tell you why offline, but
Okay.
it's a cute little love story. Mhm.
If it
It's
includes, I don't want to know. I just.
They moving dead bodies in that movie. I mean, that book, and it really did feel like a movie because it was really descriptive. It was kind of sci-fi too. Like it was based
Yeah.
in Brooklyn, I think, and there was gentrification happening. I really might reread this book because it was really good. Like it was really like,
Okay.
oh, this could. It was scary in the sense of, oh, this could be happening today.
Okay.
They're taking over the
Okay.
world. All right.
I'm
Yeah,
about to check. You know what? But I think I will definitely check that one out. No kid you like no kidding because I'm not. I've been telling my client I am serious. I want to get into novels. I do. I just need something that is fitting for me.
it's
But
gonna
you
gotta
know
catch
what?
you. Yeah.
I'm glad you said so. The last novel I read that I really, 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 really enjoyed, and I read it like 1.5 times basically. Don't come for me in the comments. It's fine. But it was hit. I think I told you about it a million times. It was called Rodham. It was Hillary Clinton basically
Oh,
it was her real life story, and then at the half mark, it shifted. She didn't marry Bill, and like her life was completely different, and it was like so that was the part that was fictional. But so it was basically nonfiction and fiction, if you will. Chef's
well,
kiss.
maybe you should
So it was
do
like
like his fiction
yeah,
or something.
history.
That's something that's yeah, that has some
Hmm.
realness.
Yeah, I need something that's a little bit like based Chimamanda does good at those. Like she'll tell a story of a thing that happened in history or like to some random she'll make up some random girl from a specific time in history, which I like that. I could do
Mm,
that. Toni Morrison do that. I can do that too.
mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm glad you
yeah,
said that. Okay. Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
And a part
I'm
of
gonna
the book
try.
club is like we've tested out. Well, we've um listened to got suggestions from members, and so it's been a testing out of things. Like
Okay.
so I'm still actively figuring out what I like. We read a series of like the of series based in the Harlem Renaissance. It was like a
Ooh, I
murder
like that.
mystery type thing. It
Nice.
was okay.
Oh,
But
okay.
I could deal with it. I could like this one I'm also kind of dealing with because it's like the same time period. Um, but I don't know if this is my jam. So it's just it's just trial and
Mm.
error. Also
Trial and
audiobooks.
error. Yeah.
And
Yes.
yeah.
Especially for a story I can see. But see, my thing with audiobook is not that because I definitely will, but I still need to have it in my hand. Like I would listen to it while I'm reading, but I don't grasp listening.
You can do both. They call it immersive
Yeah.
reading. And when I read When No
Yeah.
One's Watching, that is the only book that I like did that with, and I was like, "Oh, this is like really good."
Really?
I had the book,
Okay, now I'm
I'm
gonna
like
get it. Okay, I'm
listening.
gonna get it. I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna
Yeah.
get it. That's exciting. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna trust your word. Because if I get there and tell my mama frying the chicken and the sun was hot and the stove was like,
No, not even, not even. Nope,
okay, Imma try it. Imma try it. Imma try it. Imma try it.
nope.
Okay, well, anything else?
No, that's it, that's all.
That's
I hope y'all enjoyed this
okay.
pod today
We love
as
you
we rambled.
guys. As we rambled, this is true. Until next time, bye.